everyone. I'm down here at the beach in Gulf Shores, Alabama. We're on vacation, and I wanted to show you how we make fat bombs. I make fat bombs for myself without any sweetener at all. My husband says I'm hardcore because I don't do that, but I also make some with sweetener for him. So I just wanted to kind of show you our basic way of doing it. It's really kind of easy and quick, and I wanted to show you some of the ingredients. You know, I did a video before, and it was on how I liked the cocoa butter and also the Anthony's powdered heavy cream, and this is the one recipe that I will use both of those in. I've already rehydrated some of the powder, so that's the cream for mine. I've got heavy whipping cream for him. I've got butter for mine. I've got coconut oil for his. We also have a stevia, a liquid stevia, and the cocoa powder. Where did I put my cocoa powder? All right, I got my cocoa powder. This is Hershey's Cocoa 100%. It's special dark, and it's a blend of natural and Dutch cocos. We got this yesterday, and I usually just use the cheapest I can, but we decided to get this today because we've always loved the special dark candy bars, and I'll tell you what, it really makes a difference. It gives it a more deep, rich flavor, and it really makes a difference. So go ahead and get this. This is worth the $3 that we spent on it. Now, my cocoa butter, like I told you in the other video, came in a big block, and I wanted to show you how we use this. So I've got a really nice serrated edge here, and all you have to do is just kind of shave it, and it really just comes off really nicely. And so it's a really easy thing to do. It's not as tough or as difficult as it looks like it should be. And once I do that, then all I do is I just chop it even a little bit more, just in case there were some thick parts. So yeah, that's all you have to do for the cocoa butter. Again, remember to make sure that it says food grade when you buy the cocoa butter, because if not, it might be a little dangerous. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out, and I'm going to go ahead. I've got mostly a stick of butter here. I used 1 tablespoon this morning in my eggs, but the rest of it I'm going to go ahead and put in here. Normally I use a glass 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup, but because we don't have that while we're on vacation here, we're going to go ahead and use this. It doesn't get really hot, so it shouldn't melt the plastic or cause any problems in that respect. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take some coconut oil, and for the coconut oil, usually I would measure this out, and I would say I would use like half a cup. Yeah, about half a cup, and that'll be that. And I get this at Aldi. It's really good coconut oil, and it's a really good price, so we like that. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this, and then I'm going to split this evenly between the two. The cocoa butter adds not a coconut flavor, but a chocolate flavor, and then it also is pure fat. So that's always a good thing. So we're gonna just split that up nice and evenly. I would say after shaving it, we probably put half a cup of each in there. Usually I weigh it out, and I make it 30 grams per stick, I think, per half stick of butter. But you know, I don't have my scale with me, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. So now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put it in the microwave. I'm gonna do one at a time. And I put them in for 20 seconds, only 20 seconds, because if you do more than that, the butter will separate, and you'll have a white layer and a dark layer on your fat bombs. And of course you want them to look good, so therefore you've got to cook them low and slow, really quickly. So I'm going to put that one, I'm going to bring that one out, I'm going to put this one in for 20 seconds. And while that one is cooking, I'm just going to stir this up a little bit. And as you can tell, it's not fully melted. The cocoa butter is still pretty chunky, so we're going to put this in for another 15 seconds just to finish that cooking. Again, we want it to look nice and not separated. The coconut oil is going to look a little different though. So I'll put that in for 15 seconds. And here's my coconut oil. And as you can see, it does look a little bit different. But again, it's still, you know, warming up, and it's getting the cocoa butter to melt and all of that. All right, so we have put both the butter and the coconut oil back in the microwave for 15 more seconds. And as you can tell, the cocoa butter has really melted, but there's still little floats, which is good. Those will add a little bit of crunch when you bite down into them, and so that's what's really fun about those. That's why I like doing it this way. Now the next thing I'm going to put in is a tablespoon, which is 3 teaspoons of the Special Dark. So that's 1, 2, 3. It is 1 teaspoon or 1 gram of carbs per teaspoon. So right here you've got 3 grams of carbs, but this is going to make 4 to 8 servings. So it's not a lot of carbs, and that's what you want with a fat bomb. You don't want it to be overwhelming with carbs. The point of a fat bomb is to add fat, not carbs to your diet. All right, so and as you can tell, it really just melts in really nicely with both the coconut oil and with the butter. Once we've got those done and stirred up, we can add some more things in. Now, one thing I have found is that you do need to add a little bit of cream. That kind of helps to keep it all together too. So that right there is about a tablespoon of my cream. And as you can tell, it just kind of works in really well. And then I'm going to put in about a tablespoon or so of the heavy cream in his as well. Now the only thing different that I do to his than I do to mine is I will add sweetener, and he likes his pretty sweet. So we're going to add, this is an 1/8 teaspoon, and then once I get it added, I'm going to let him try it to make sure it's enough. We may have to make it a 1/4 teaspoon, but here, dear, what do you think? A little sweeter? Nope, that's good. All right, so we've got that. And then the last thing I'm going to add for him is just a little bit of coconut extract. He wanted a little bit of a coconut flavor to it, more than just from the coconut oil. So we're just going to add a few drops in there of that. Now what I'll do with mine at times is I will also add a 1/4 teaspoon of mint extract. I really like the flavor that the mint gives, and that's it. I don't put any sweetener in mine. I do put sweetener in his. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and fill up our molds. This was the mold that I used for him yesterday, and he really liked it, and I'm lazy, so I didn't wash it. I just pulled it out of the freezer. And it's really just very simple to just fill these molds up. And I'm going to go ahead and overfill apparently, these up, and I'm going to throw them in the freezer. Once they've been in the freezer for about half an hour, I'll pull them out and I will show you what they turned out like. All right, we have waited about 30 minutes. We just pulled these out of the freezer. These are Scott's, so I'm going to go ahead and put them on the plate. As you can tell, the silicone molds are really nice. They just pop right out and they look really fun. So we've got the shells, we've got stars, and we've actually even got a few mice. That recipe made a total of 36 pieces, and if you divide that by 8 servings, that would be about 4 pieces per serving. Now, considering that this has about 4 grams of carbs in it, that makes this each serving about half a gram of carbs. So that means you could have 4 of these and only half a gram of carbs, which is really nice. I don't know about how much fat is in there. There's not as much protein, of course, because it's mostly just the fat. But I do know that, you know, as far as the carbs go, this is a really nice low recipe. And so here's some of the shells and the stars for you. I didn't do a good job on flipping them. Go ahead and try one, dear. And it's a winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then here's mine. And I made mine out of hearts. And they are just hearts, and I've got some octagons over there too. And so on this recipe, I got 23 pieces, and I'm going to divide it by 7 because I use 7 tablespoons of butter. So for this recipe, 3 pieces is going to make a serving. And a serving on this is again going to be about, it'll be just a hair under a tablespoon because we're using 7 servings instead of 8. So there's mine. All right, so he really enjoys these, and we've even got some rats for him, some mice for him. And we'll just keep these in the freezer. Again, for the whole recipe, there's like 4 grams of carbs. And so, you know, use these when you need them. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's really simple and easy and quick. Remember, it's only like really literally 35 seconds in the microwave, and then it's chilling time. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Go ahead and like or comment down below so that I know that I should keep making these videos for you. Have a good day.